We can start the show. I got a water for you. Nice and hot for you. Did we start yet?
That one. Welcome everybody to another great episode of Brutally Honest. And no, this episode doesn't have anything to do with hot water.
It's your boy Stitches MBC. That's nothing but classics music, and I don't know what we're talking about today.
You don't, and that's why I sent out there earlier this week, for those of you that saw it in my stories on my page, that this episode is a mystery episode. Normally when we do our lives, we normally post what we're going to be talking about, so this way you guys sort of have an idea ahead of time. I thought it would be a little bit different, or actually Stitch thought it would be a little bit different. If we just sort of had some ideas for you guys and came up with them, but didn't let you know what they were ahead of time. So we're going to see how this one goes. If you're tuning in, press 1. If you're watching this live, if you're watching it on a replay, we still want your feedback. Just hit 2 so we know, you saw it on the replay, and we'll respond to you a little bit later. Definitely want to shout out to those that are here now. So what we're going to be talking about today, and I thought this topic would be perfect since it's a mystery show, is ghosting. I've had a lot of people hit me up on stuff like that, like, why do guys do it? And I'm like, girls do it too.
All the damn time. I actually think girls do it more.
And we're going to talk about that because
girls do it more.
I feel like there's some misconceptions about ghosting out there, because I spoke to different people and they all sort of said the same thing about each other though. Like, guys said it about girls said it about guys. So we're going to talk about it. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this was something that just sort of popped up, in a situation that I'm in, and was talking to, the girl that I'm talking to, and I had asked her,
does she mind if you got HIV? You finally
that was not it. I don't even joke like that.
Okay, slowly. It's baby steps. We're not there yet.
This fucking guy.
Just go ahead. Just go.
Maybe we should say what topics we're going to talk about next time. I don't like where you're going with this.
This is all day, every day.
But what I was actually going to say was, is it okay to be friends with your ex once you get in a new relationship? You got a new shorty, you decided, hey, look, the past is the past, I'm going to move forward with this person. Is it okay to still be friends with your ex if you decide to get into a new relationship? Now, I'm not talking about if you just dating or you just met somebody that you're interested in. I'm talking about once you actually decide to be in a relationship with a person, is it okay to still be friends with your ex?
It's not okay, bro. I told her we were still friends and she had an issue because we were still smash buddies. Can you believe that?
Well, that she had an issue with it?
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, continue.
But those are some of the things that, was on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I want to hear other people's opinions about. So we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. We're also live on IG. Apparently, I forgot to press play on that too. It's kind of awkward for me to be the one doing the sharing and stuff. It's kind of awkward. But are you ever going to tell her about the HIV?
What, that I've had my results and I'm good? Yeah, she knows, man.
Okay.
We
good. Good. So, ghosting, that's the first topic. I'm not trying to read your notes, so do me a favor, don't be reading mine, all right? That's not even from this show. That's from the show.
They're not even supposed to know about the notes. Why are you telling them about the notes? Guys, there's no notes. All right, maybe there's notes. There are notes. We do our research when we talk about these topics, so it's not like we just go everything off the brain. Sometimes we actually look up some of the stuff we're going to talk about, so we're knowledgeable in the conversation.
Press 1 if it's live, 2 if it's a replay, and it's pretty interesting that the expert ghoster wants to talk about ghosting.
I think I'm going to drink some of this hot water.
Deacon water, that's vodka. Look at his face. So where are we going with this topic as far as ghosting? Where are we going with this?
All right, so the way the topic came up actually is I had a girl on Facebook mention, like, I don't know if it was just like a meme or something she saw, she reposted it, but it had basically said, like, guys that ghost girls are cowards or something like that. Like, they really are like women in disguise, like bees in disguise, bears in disguise. Let's go with that word, right? And I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like I said, my first reaction was, man, girls ghost too. Like, I know plenty of girls that do that to guys, and don't care that they do that to guys because they feel like guys do it to girls so they can do it back. And I'm like, what you said, it is a both way kind of a thing. It's not.
No, I didn't say that. I said girls are worse. Well, you don't have to clean me up on this show, bro. You don't have to. You're gonna be doing that the whole show. The whole show. Just let it go now. Just let it go now. Women do it a lot more. And you know why? Because they got more people to go. Sometimes they can't catch up to all their DMs. So the last guy on the bottom of that list gets ghosted. It's not like they did it on purpose. It's just they have more options to ghost. That's all it is.
So then let me ask you this, Stitch, because where I was sort of going to go with this was, I mean, is there sort of good reasons to ghost people, or is it only bad reasons to ghost people? And I mean, you mentioned like sometimes girls have so many options they don't get to somebody that, hey, it just so happened to be you the last guy there. She ain't want to be bothered at that moment.
And I get it, but I'm just actually kind of joking about that, really. And I'm gonna say kind of because I'm actually trying to be a little polite here. But there is a balance when it comes to that. Like but what do you mean by it's cowardly? A lot of times we try to give people this, and I'm going to say people because it's not just women and men and men and women, right? Let's just generalize it. A lot of times people give people hints and signs that they're just not interested. And the other partner, the receiving partner, just doesn't get it. It just doesn't click. It's like you're trying to cut it off with them. You're trying to keep your distance. You're trying to fall back. And they're still on top of you. That a lot of times, or sometimes the best method is to just ignore them. Isn't that what ghosting is? Ghosting is
I was just about to say, so ghosting is that. Ghosting is not just a matter of ignoring somebody, but it's with intent. It's the intent of not responding to anything they say. Not checking them out to see how they doing, or, you know, looking at their page and stuff like that. No, when you ghost somebody, you cut off all communication, period. I would say for some people, it might even go as far as saying you block them. Like, you got to block them now from seeing your stuff, because if you don't, they won't stop. Like you said, they just on top of you so much that it's like, damn, I got to block this person. Not only can I not communicate with them, but I got to stop them from trying to communicate with me.
But you messed up. Because before you try to block them, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to smash her one more time. Not knowing that the smashing is actually keeping them emotionally connected to you. So when I say you, I'm not throwing you under the bus like you are. I'm saying like in
I'm wearing the yellow shirt,
in this scenario, well, you should be taking it slow. But apparently you just know step one to marriage and then divorce. Or is it divorce? You go back. But back to the ghosting, right? Back to the ghosting. I understand that a lot of times you gotta block them, but some females and some men be actually scared to block them, because now I blocked you on my social media and all of a sudden I'm getting a knock on my window at my door. Now that's scary, and I've seen your face. You've been through this, right?
A few times.
You've been through this?
You actually know.
Oh, okay. Is that why you don't shave to keep the girls away?
Oh man, I mean,
no, it's not. Oh,
it's a few reasons,
continue.
But getting back to what I was saying though, so there are good reasons to actually ghost somebody, and basically you said it. When you've tried expressing yourself, when you've tried saying everything that, like, look, I'm just no longer interested anymore, but they not giving up. Or the, hey, you know what? Whatever we thought this was, I'm done with it. For whatever reason.
I wouldn't say that there's good reasons. That's not what I'm saying. When I mentioned what I said was, I can understand why people would ghost others. I can understand their perspective. Mm-hmm. I still don't think it's good. Why? Mainly because you have to be true to yourself. You have to speak your own truth. And when you're ghosting someone, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't feel like you're really being true to who you really are by just ghosting somebody instead of standing firm, standing your ground, speaking how you really feel, telling them, hey, listen, I like you as a friend, or hey, listen, we tried. Is that really working out? I really don't feel a vibe. I really don't feel a connection. I'm just not sexually attracted to you, and just move on. Now, however he or she may take it, that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. People's insecurities are not your responsibility, and people are always going to take certain things based on their own perspective and perception, based on their own personal experiences in their own life. That has nothing to do with me. Okay. I have no control of how they take it. Like if I'm trying to cut it off with a shorty, Is it best for me to just ghost her? Or is it best for me to just let her know exactly what it is? Personally, I have to let her know exactly what it is, because if I ghost her, now what happens to my character, what type of person I am? Now I'm looking behind my back. Now I'm in Publix. Now I'm in her neighborhood, and now I'm watching myself. Oh, I hope I don't run into her. That's cowardly.
And that's why, like I said, when I saw the post, it made me think about it, and I felt like it wasn't something that we've talked about on previous shows as far as diving in deep on ghosting, and not so much that I want to dive in deep on it, but it's more so like when people ghost. What the quote was saying is like, basically you're being a coward for not speaking up and saying how you truly feel. The reason why I wanted to talk about it is because I feel like there are some instances where ghosting is needed. And like I said, the example you gave was sort of one, but to just be a little bit more deeper on that in regards to, let's say you're in a toxic situation and your only escape might be to completely ghost. Like, I need to move. I need to find somewhere. Don't tell them where I live. I need to like completely change what my routine and everything, because if I don't, this person is going to latch on to me and they're toxic and it's just going to keep following me. The only way I can get away from it is if I ghost them and move on with my life and act like don't have no communication whatsoever. And that's why I said, are there good reasons to ghost somebody? I mean, I know a lot of times when we talk about it or when we say it, we tend to think about the victim. Like, damn, you ghosted her? Like, why didn't you just be honest with her? Like, if I'm talking to you as one bro to another, but let's say you talking to a shorty and she telling you what she had to do with somebody else. It's like, damn, I get why you feel like he was abusing you or this or that. You might be like, okay, like you said, you could understand the reason for ghosting. Does that make it a good reason though?
Based on your example, yeah, I would say that's a good reason, because let's not generalize relationships or friendships, because you could ghost your friend too, right? Yeah. So let's not generalize relationships and friendship all in a nutshell and make them like there's all black and white and this is what it is and there's absolutely no good reason to ghost somebody. You just mentioned the domestic issue example. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a toxic relationship, when it comes to your own personal health and well-being, you have to do what it is that you have to do to protect yourself. And if one of the methods is ghosting somebody, then by all means, do what it is that you gotta do, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. At the end of the day, if you could live another day to tell about it, then do what you gotta do.
Agreed.
And a lot of times they don't do that because they feel like ghosting them might make things even worse. And that's why they even stay in that situation. And now we're getting even deeper into more of the root of this issue as far as when it comes to ghosting or not ghosting somebody. La Chula on IG saying being straightforward and honest is always the key. Yeah, but a lot of times people they say they want the truth. They can't handle it though. Or they might hear it and just not acknowledge it. Like, there are people out there that, like you said, you can tell them, hey, I'm just not interested. You're not even my type. And it's still, but I can work out. I can be it. And it's like, everybody watching right now, who do y'all think handles rejection easier, women or men? Who takes rejection harder, women or men? Now, that's a different question, the opposite, right? I want to be specific because when people answer, I want to make sure I know what they're talking about.
I have an answer.
Okay, talk to me.
I think women take rejection harder.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to say that because I think men have more rejection that we get used to it. and not me specifically, but in general. Like, I think men have more rejection. so we end up getting used to it.
We all right. Oh, okay. Well, I might ask, well, she don't want to dance with me. That's cool. I might ask her friends to dance with me.
Somebody going to dance with me if I keep asking.
Even if it's me by myself with my cup, I'm going to be dancing bachata all by myself. Y eso trepasito pa' aquí, trepasito pa' allá. You know what?
But you get what I mean as far as, like, at least my logic behind it is we deal with the rejection more. And that's just one example. Going out to a club and asking a girl to dance, we don't stop at just the first girl. If she says no, we keep going. But girls, on the other hand,
Chris is out here saying that people have to do what's best for them. Amen to that. He's also saying as far as who takes rejection harder. He's like I say both take it different ways. I can't say one or the other. It does depend on the man or the woman, but generally speaking, we're gonna talk about this because it's a little uncomfortable, a little controversial. Yeah, I agree with you. I believe women take rejection a lot harder because they're not really into it. There's more thirsty guys out there that holler at female before they even get up and brush their damn teeth.
Facts.
I did everything. I was at the barber shop. I went everywhere. I went shopping. I dropped a whole bag on my outfit and everything, and she still don't want to dance bachata with me. I'm still on bachata.
Bro, trust me. But see, on the other side of that, though, you're mad picky when it comes to your bachata dances. So you'd be the guy that have the girl come up to you like, oh, you want to dance bachata? And you'd be looking like, I saw you over there with that dick. I'm good on you, man. You don't really dance bachata. That's a merengue with a double step.
I know bachata. You're not fully Dominican, are you? You're mixed, right? Cuban?
See?
Little Cuban?
Yeah, see? So you get super picky, too, when it comes to that. But that bachata is your thing. I can't knock it. But
I don't know, bro.
But here's the other part of it, too, though, Stitch.
All right.
Women are known for being spoiled. I'm not going to say guys are. I was never spoiled, so I don't really know. But women are known for being spoiled. So if they're used to getting their way, if they're used to asking for something and getting it, then to me, that's why I said women don't have to deal with rejection as much as men do. For men, I feel like we typically have to work for the things that we want, and I think we should work for the things that we want. Whereas with women, they tend to ask for it and it's provided to them. I mean, if you got a man and he doing his job or his part, that's how it should be. Not saying that she can't contribute or put in, but if he's the provider for you, you should be able to ask him for it and he give it to you.
I see where you're going with. Women are used to being spoiled, mainly because as men, and I guess I could speak for both of us, growing up, I don't like this word. I was going to say trained. I don't want to say trained. It makes us really feel like dogs. I'm going to say raised. That's a better term.
There you go.
You know, as men, we was raised to nurture a female, to open a woman's door, to sweet talk them. So I think I agree with you in that sense as far as women are used to being spoiled and treated a certain way than men are. You know, like even growing up, I grew up with my brothers and sisters. You know, my sister fell off her bike. My dad was always there. There was one time I got hit by a bus and my dad said you could walk it off. So I understand these differences. I get it. Was
it one of the buses you keep throwing me under that hit you?
It's one of the reasons why I keep limping. 20 years ago, my knee hasn't been the same. But continue with the topics. Like, it still hurts. But anyway.
But what do you guys think? Do you think men or women deal with rejection
the same way? But that's what I'm saying, like, because I feel like men are more egotistical and more prideful. We have more pride for a woman to hurt than a woman does. But so how can we both say that women take rejection harder than a man?
Because they do. Have you ever told a woman no? Let's start with that. Have you ever told a woman no?
Yeah.
Did she act the same way she did when you told her yes?
Well, I just had to renew the restraining order, so he laughing like I'm joking. Like, you asked a serious question. I'm responding seriously, but there's a restraining order, bro. I was like, no, I don't want you no more. I found someone else. Bro, I still get flashbacks with her chasing me with a damn knife like Michael Myers. I'm not joking.
I remember those days, man.
It wasn't fun. You look like it was kind of cool. Like, but with my messed up knee, I can't run that fast.
The knife in the face was okay. I didn't really think she would stab me, but the chase me down with the car, that one I wasn't too fond of.
No? The car. Yeah, you can't outrun the car, so I get it.
But you can run behind the light pole. I mean, the car's not going to make it through the light pole. At least that was my logic. Anyways, moving on. So,
stalker stories.
Speaking of, crazy scenarios, is it okay to be friends with your ex? In my situation, no. I will not be friends with my ex. Do I have exes that I'm cool with now? People that, I've had relationships with in the past that years later we can have cordial conversation? Sure. My last relationship? No.
Can your girl still be friends with her ex?
I mean, I put it to you like this, and I don't want to say no, because my answer is yes. If I decided to make her my girl, then I've already decided that I trust her enough to move forward beyond just being friends or smashing or whatever the case may be. But here's the dilemma that I have within myself, and why I sort of have like that no reaction at first. If when me and you got together, and you and your ex, however it ended, whether it was on bad terms, good terms, whatever, there's no real communication. And now me and you are moving forward in a relationship where, like I said, it's no more a dating phase or anything like that. We've decided to be in a relationship. Should y'all now get into a friendship? Like once we've decided to be in a relationship, now they're reaching out to you. Now they're the ones that are doing this. And even if it is cordial, I'm not going to be okay with you newly becoming friends with the next after that moment. But if y'all was friends before I met you, y'all, for whatever reason it didn't work out, but y'all was cordial, y'all was still able to share with each other and, have that type of relationship, I'm not going to get into it and be like, well, now that I'm here, you can't be friends with them no more. Nah, that's not the situation. If it was something pre-existing before I got involved, then I'm not going to say anything about it. But as far as making new friends with the next,
with the old friend,
to me, it's like, bruh, at that point is where I draw the line in the sand. Only because I'm like this. There's over 8 billion people on the planet. Why does that one person, why do you have to go back to that one person if me and you were trying to build something together?
So, yes or no?
Well, no. My answer is my answer. Yes, I trust her to be friends with the next if it was pre-existing.
But no.
If now we're together and they're just reaching out now.
Because that's something you wouldn't trust.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, because it's new, it's like you have the, first of all, you have to know that.
So that's something you wouldn't trust.
It's not, I wouldn't, it's not about the trust though. It's not that I wouldn't trust her to be friends with him, even if it's a new thing. Mm-hmm. It's just, why would you need him now that you have me?
So you don't trust it.
No, it's not about trust.
Then what is it?
It's I'm here now.
Okay.
F that dude. I'm here now. It's not the trust.
But if you trust him,
it's just hold on.
What matters?
Hold on. So if you're gonna be on the phone sharing anything with anybody, I'm here now. Okay. Why do you have to share it back with somebody else now that I'm here? That's why I said if it was pre-existing.
Isn't that a little selfish though? Isn't that a little selfish? Now I'm here, so now I have to be the only outlet?
No. Well, no. Not the
so
only outlet.
So if it's you wouldn't trust it? This is my fifth time saying it.
You're going to keep repeating it because to me, it's not about the trust though. It's not that I lose the trust in it. It's more so, it's like I said, if I'm here, why do you need to reach back out to your ex to confide in?
So you wouldn't trust her going back to her ex? You don't trust her reaching back out to her ex because you're here now? I
wouldn't want her to. It's not
so that's what you wouldn't trust.
It's not about the trust. So get up there, trust.
Okay. Well, now we know what he doesn't trust. Let's move forward.
We're gonna wrap this show up.
It sounds like that, bro. It sounds like that.
Like I don't trust it.
Yes, because I'm listening to you. Everybody's listening to you. I mean, I know it's kind of
everybody funny. Hear me clearly stating it ain't about trust.
I'm right.
You the ones.
But I'm actually listening to what you're saying. You said that you don't have an issue with Shorty still being friends with her ex if it was pre-existing. In my head, I'm like, if you're here now, every ex is pre-existing because you're her man now. So any dudes, it's from her past. But you're talking to me like, okay, so now you made it official.
Like friendship.
Now you made it official, and now all of a sudden the ex is coming out the blue, and now it's, hey, what's up? And now they're coming around in the picture and when you're already settled in. That's what you don't trust? That's what you don't trust, bro. Like, that's what, because I get it, bro. Because it's like, because you said, I'm here now. I heard you, bro. I get it. You're right. I'm here now. So what's the need of you having some type of communication for whatever reason with this other person? What is it? Oh, so it's not the trust. I get it. It's her trust towards you. That she would rather reach out to her ex and not you. That's what you don't trust. Oh man, that's funny. Continue.
Listen. For those of you out there, and I'm asking everybody,
except me, right?
No. I want your answer too, because not for nothing, I know you throwing it back on me. But would you be okay? And everybody out there, would you be okay with the person you're with now still being friends with their ex?
If they make it okay for me. If they make it okay. Like, for an example,
whether it's pre-existing, new, whatever. If they make it okay.
Listen, if it was pre-existing, existing, after existing, extinct, who cares? It doesn't even matter. For me, if I already made the decision where I'm going to trust Shorty, where it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your ex or your future ex-husband, I don't care who it is. If I made the decision to trust you, I'm just going to trust you. Now, can Shorty make it easier for me? And by trusting me, of course, like, it's not like they're out there hanging out and things like that. Mm-hmm. I just got uncomfortable because, I saw the dude in family reunions and stuff, and I asked her, I was like, yo, like, I know dude was still around. Like, I thought you don't really mess with your exes or have them around like you like that. She was like, oh, don't worry about it. He's also my cousin. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Never mind then. Moving forward.
What the? Oh, man. So, today we were talking about ghosting. Like, I don't even know where to go after that. So, today, for those of you just tuning in, today we've been talking about ghosting. And I've asked, is it okay to be friends with your ex once you're in a new relationship? But Stitch has turned that topic into
something else of why you don't trust her. I get it. We get it now.
Why I don't trust people. Because apparently that's what it all boils down to.
30 minutes. We got there, guys. We got there. I always believed in you. I never gave up, man. I never gave up.
I told you, I wore this color for a reason. I was going to be the bus he threw me under today.
So, let's wrap the show up, bro. You want to give them the recap, a quick 1 minute recap of what we spoke about today?
So, just really quickly, some of the things we spoke about today was ghosting. One, if there is going to be a good reason to say there is to ghost somebody, the only reason would be to get out of a bad or a toxic situation, if that's what's going to help you. Otherwise, anything else is just an excuse. There is no other good reason to ghost somebody. Honestly, I think we would all agree what we would want in return is for somebody to be honest with us and tell us, hey, look, this ain't for me, and cut it off or have some type of closure to it versus just completely cutting you off, not even telling you why, and moving on and leaving you wondering what you did wrong or what could have happened as to why, all of a sudden y'all don't have any more communication.
We spoke about the good reasons and the bad reasons of ghosting somebody. We also spoke about, is there ever a legitimate reason to ghost somebody? And we did draw the thin line as far as when it comes to like domestic issues and also when it comes to protecting yourself and especially your kids. If you feel like you're in a dangerous and toxic situation, then whatever it is that you have to do, go and do it. Because it's better to run away and live another day to tell about it than your kids telling the story of, I wish my mom would have done something earlier.
Yeah, facts. The other thing we talked about today was, again, is it okay to be friends with your ex once you're in a new relationship?
That was fun. I like that.
But you want to know something? It's funny. You made it funny, especially with the whole trust thing. I didn't see it coming. I really don't have any other rebuttals for it to get it out of that situation. But the truth of the matter is this, is regardless to if it's an ex or if it's a new friend, because if you're a guy and your girl has a new guy friend that she just met at work, if you don't trust her whether it was somebody she was with or not, you don't trust her. It doesn't matter what type of situation it is. You're always going to feel some type of way. So if you decide to get in a relationship, definitely know who you're getting in a relationship with. And definitely make sure that you can trust that person before you do.
Amen to that. I concur.
Because you're right, bro. It does boil down to trust one way or another. Whether it's me trusting my own judgment. Like, damn, should I be trusting her? If she think it's okay to be friends with her ex?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's also like a little selfish. Like I'm putting myself in that situation. So I'm with Shorty and I really like her and I really want to be there for her because I'm falling for her. But she would rather tell her secrets, or she would rather vent, or she trusted somebody else more than what she would trust me. Then I'm gonna feel a certain way. Like, I thought you was my girl. I thought I was your man. I thought I was your shoulder to lean on. Why you not leaning on me? So if it comes to, it's not that I don't trust her, or it's not that I don't trust it. That's why I said, like, maybe I'm being a little bit more selfish because I want to be the one that's there, and maybe we're not there yet.
That could definitely be it. It'd be the factor. So I just thought those things were interesting. I mean, for me personally, I wanted to talk about them. Definitely wanted to see people's reactions. So if you commented, I'm definitely going to be checking those out and getting back to you. If you got anything that you would like to add that we haven't on the topics, definitely leave them in the comments as well.
Well, I appreciate you, Chris, for sharing. I appreciate everybody who shared. Wonder if it's a replay.
Facts. I got some CT people watching.
Actually, wonder if it's live too, if it's a replay. We do fully appreciate everybody tuning in, tuning out. You ready? You done?
Yes, sir.
Stitches, NBC. That's nothing but classics music with
your boy Brutal Keith. Got through solid.
Another great episode.
See you guys in a few weeks on another great episode of Brutally Honest.